Do you ever wonder how I create images? It's one of the most common questions that I get asked. And today, I'm going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to walk you through the tools that I use in order to do that. The process is really pretty simple. I have two platforms that I really like, Midjourney and Flux. And I have some tools that I use in Chatgpt that I've custom trained in order to create amazing image prompts that allow me to get and visualize the things that, well, candidly are in my head. So I'm going to show you today how that works, and I'm going to show you how you can get free access to those tools as well. All right, so I'm going to dive into one of my favorite tools. It's called Maxime, and Maxime is designed specifically for Midjourney and allows me to create images based upon the ideas that I have. Now you can type in anything that you want. I'm going to go ahead and type in one of my favorite styles and give you an idea of how Maxime works. So here we go. By the way, I don't tend to type. I use the transcribe feature on my computer, so you hear me talk the prompt in directly. A 3D animated cartoon of a multiracial entrepreneur using their mobile phone standing on a busy street corner, inspired by Disney and Pixar. All right, so there's my concept, and let's see what Maxime does now in order to create the prompts that I can use in Midjourney or in any other tool for that matter. I just like Midjourney and the style it uses. So here we go. All right, so one of the things that I've done is I've trained Maxime in order to create 5 different prompts. Why 5? Well, when I go into Midjourney, I get 4 images per prompt, and that means I'm going to get 20 sample images that I can utilize and figure out which ones I like. If you're not familiar with it, AI image tools don't necessarily create consistent images. So each of these images is going to look quite unique in and of itself. I'm going to go ahead and take these. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prompts here. I'm going to go ahead and copy those over into Midjourney, and we'll take a look at the results. So one of the things that Maxime does is it actually adds in certain Midjourney specific characteristics and commands. You can choose to use these or not. These are based upon Maxime's best guess of what's going to work for what you're looking for. In my case, I've already got those programmed into Midjourney, so I'm going to go ahead and just copy the text as you see it here and bring it directly over to Midjourney. You can see when I paste that in here, now I can go ahead and make any changes I want by simply clicking on the filter icon and determine what I want. We're going to go ahead and go with portrait here. And we're going to make sure we click on raw just because I think I'm going to get an image that I like a little bit better. Make sure we're using the first or the current model, and then we're going to go ahead and run everything from here. And we simply click on our start button, and just like that, we're going to go ahead and do it. Obviously, once I get rid of their pop-up. All right, so I've pasted all 5 of those prompts over here, and they're all working on rendering right now. They're almost done. And you can see we've got 5 different types of images, and based upon the prompts, some of them were close, and some of them, well, maybe not so much. So here are some images that are really actually pretty good, but these don't look to me to be as cartoon or animated as maybe I was hoping for. So not bad, but again, not quite the style I was looking for. This one is more in the style of what I was thinking. You hopefully can see the difference between the level of detail on this one that looks almost photorealistic and this one which looks more Pixar-ish or Toy Story-like. We can go through and take a look at some of these images. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these. That one again looks a little bit more photorealistic to me, and that's why we do multiple versions of these and can carry those out to see what works best. There's one I really like. I love that look and style. And you'll be able to then go back up in the prompts and figure out the ones that you like best and utilize these. Be prepared. When you're creating AI images, you're going to throw away some of the images. It's just the nature of doing it. But it's really easy for me now to go ahead and look through these and scroll through these images and identify the ones that I like. And overall, I'm pretty happy with these, and I've got a number of great images that I can use. I love that one in particular. I like the lighting. I like the cartoon style. She's obviously looking at a phone. The fingers look to be right. There's a lot of images in here that I can like, but those on that style in particular are really good. The nice thing about Midjourney now is it's really easy. If I decide I like one, so I love this image, for example, I can just go in and say very strong, and it's actually going to go ahead and create new versions of that image that are similar to that. We'll exit out here a minute, and we'll see that we're actually creating new images, 4 new versions based upon that image that I liked. That's one of the things I love about Midjourney. It makes it so easy to find styles that you like and then create more versions of that. Notice when I do this, one of the other neat things, when I create variations, one of the downsides of AI images is creating consistent characters. But when I go in and I find one that I like I did here, and now I click in, you'll see that these characters look very consistent. And it's a great way to be able to create those consistent characters that you looked about in different ways. Now, they're not identical, and it's one of my complaints about AI is that, they say this is super consistent, but these are pretty close. She looks similar, she's dressed similar, and I could even go in now if I wanted to, and I could make changes to this prompt and go ahead and maybe change your clothing or anything like that. I'm using the website here. I can also go ahead and do this in Discord or wherever, but it's really that simple. So this is Maxime, and it's one of my favorite tools that I use. I've also got a tool called Felix, and I've got one called Philip. Philip's great for photorealistic images, so let's go ahead and take a look at that next. All right, so now I'm in my tool, custom trained GPT, called Philip, and Philip's great at creating photography prompts. If you're looking for photorealistic images, Philip's a great tool to do that, as it creates those prompts that you're going to need to do that. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. We'll give it a similar prompt, but this time we'll look for photorealistic instead of cartoon. A photo of a multiracial entrepreneur using a smartphone on a busy street corner. There we go. So it's all I need to do is just describe what I'm looking for. We'll press go, and we're going to get 5 prompts again that we can utilize. I'll go back into Midjourney. I could go into Flux as well, and I'll show you how it is we can use these. Let's go ahead and start with these. The first one, I'm going to copy and paste this over, and we're going to grab that whole prompt there. Go back into Midjourney here. Let's exit out of this and put in our new prompt and run with it. And we're going to do the same thing for all 5. I'll be right back with you. All right, so I've gone in the Midjourney, we've pasted all of those in, and hopefully you can see already as I bring these up, these are much more photorealistic than the animated or cartoon style that I had below. You can take a look here on the screen and just compare this row here with the row above. Different characters, obviously, but this is much, much more photorealistic. So let's go ahead and zoom in on one of these. And there you can go. Not bad. It's got a major bokeh effect, which I don't mind, so that looks good. By the way, bokeh stands for just blurred image in the background. But we can take a look at these different images as they come up. You can see we've got some really good images overall here. I love these. Absolutely photorealistic. And part of this is the platform I'm using. So we're using, these are a bit more artistic, but still look more photo-related. Part of it is because we're using Midjourney. We could run these in other platforms and they may not look as good. So again, choose your platforms wisely. I love Midjourney and I love Flux, and then use these tools in order to create some just amazing images that you can utilize in your projects. I hope this has been helpful. If you're interested in these platforms or in the tools that I'm using here in order to create these amazing prompts, simply go to the link down in the comments and you'll be able to get Maxime, Philip, and Felix, who I didn't show you today, but also does a great job of creating prompts, especially if you're using Flux. I'd love to see examples of your images down below. Please, if you would, share what you're finding and your thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope this walkthrough was helpful, and I hope you're interested in checking out how you can use Philip and Maxime and Felix in order to generate amazing image prompts that you can use as well. Check down below in the details. You'll get the link. You can go ahead and sign up, and you can get these for free, and you can start creating amazing images as well.